Hey guys, welcome back to another day trading recap. Today was an opportunity to make a lot of money. Unfortunately, I didn't capitalize. There were a couple of stocks that I was liking pre-market, and unfortunately the ones that I ended up focusing on were the ones that didn't gap up massively. And the stocks that did gap up massively gapped up really big. So this stock, PHUN, went from basically $1 all the way to $3. Huge move right there. It got halted like 5 times, which is insane. And the other stock that I also liked was NNDM. I'll get to those in a second, but let's just recap my trades that I took for today. So the first trade that I took was on XELB, and I had huge regret with this trade because basically, again, a lot of this looks different in real time, but what I noticed on this 3-minute candlestick right here before it eventually went red, you see this purple line right here. This purple line represents, I believe it's the 100 or is it the 200? No, it's the 100-day. Yeah, this represents the 100-day SMA, but regardless, this can hold as a very key level of support. And I like the way the 3-minute was reacting to this, and then I was also looking at the 1-minute chart as well too. Typically, I would wait for a new candlestick to make a new high, but I did feel confident with this trade, so I jumped in. Unfortunately, I probably should have waited for the 3-minute candlestick to close because it did dump below this 100-day SMA. And so I didn't sell right away. I had my stop in place. I told myself, okay, well, if it goes below the low of this first 3-minute candlestick, I'll pretty much stop out. And I just got really unlucky because it did break below that, but it basically bounced right off of that. And even though I sold, I had to respect my rules, and you just have to have a stop at some point. I had a feeling that with the amount of red sticks that were going through, that eventually we were going to get a bounce. And then really, if we were going to get a bounce, my plan was to, probably sell for break even around the 100-day SMA. And little did I know this thing inevitably broke out, and I obviously could have made a lot of money, but hindsight's 2020. I like this stock because if you look at the daily chart, again, I realized that if it held above this 100-day SMA, then it had potential to reach the 200-day SMA and the resistance level right here around the 140 level. But it is what it is. Sometimes, with day trading, it's all about timing, and I probably should have waited for more validation and really waited for a 1-minute candle to make a new high to get in properly. That way I could have anticipated this break. Anyways, moving on, the next stock I traded was, was it SFeet? Yeah. So I was already down big, which is something you don't want to see as soon as you start day trading in the morning. I was down about 260. And what I liked about this stock, well, actually, I should probably say, the stocks that I typically trade, I do thorough research on. I draw out my support and resistance clearly on the daily chart. With this stock, I didn't. So I was already like, half underprepared, which is not the way to go when you want to day trade penny stocks. But I saw that there was like a mini support level here around the 155 level. There were a couple of 3-minute candlesticks bouncing off this red line, and so I believe I got in right here, 2,000 shares at 163. Got in a little higher than I wanted, but in any case, this stock inevitably did go to 170, so I was making about $120. But I held on to my entire position, hoping that it could break this VWAP and possibly reach this resistance point of 185 or this resistance point of the 100-day SMA. Unfortunately, it didn't do that. It was a false breakout in terms of the VWAP, and I had to stop out right here as soon as it broke this support level, and I was down another $200. So it was not looking good for me. I was down quite a bit, but I told myself I was going to take one more trade. After that, I was going to call it quits, and then CCCL appeared, And the thing I liked about this stock was I had already, drawn out my support and resistance levels from the daily chart. And then there was a mini support level right here around the 120 area. You see there's a bounce right here, here, and here during pre-market. So I knew when we approached that, let's see where I got in. Hang on a second. Hey, sorry about that, guys. Something came up. I was distracted for a second. But yeah, like I was saying, I got in around this mini support level of the 120 area as it bounced here, here, and here. Actually, I should also mention that I actually did trade this stock earlier. I did lose money on it, but I came back eventually when I saw that this stock was bouncing off the 120 support area. So I got in 2,000 shares right here at 123, and I should have held the whole thing really because I was very, very confident with this trade because these are key resistance levels that, I just anticipated it breaking, and that's exactly what happened. But, one of the rules again with my day trading strategy is, don't hold everything. You have to take profit as it goes up. That's what I did. Maybe I could have sold just a little less than I initially wanted to because I anticipated this going a lot higher. But in any case, the trade worked out, and I believe I had my last trade at around this candlestick as I noticed that it wasn't going to hold, and inevitably it did break, and it basically halted going down. So it was good to get out before then, and that basically cut a majority of my loss for this morning. And that was actually about it. I decided to end the day right there, and I'm down $104 all in all. So it could have been a lot worse, but there were a lot of opportunities that obviously could have presented itself to make money. Again, this stock in particular, PHUN, this was definitely on my pre-market watch list, but that's the thing with watch lists. When you have quite a few, it's hard to focus on really one, and the one that you happen to be looking at, sometimes you can get lucky and that's the one that gaps up massively, and other times that's not the case. And that's exactly what happened today with PHUN. But this was a great opportunity right here. This was a key level. It was a pre-market high, and this candlestick was above that. This 3-minute candlestick bounced off of the support level, and then obviously didn't look back. It got halted around the 140 resistance level before resuming and breaking out. So definitely congratulations to a lot of people that got in, and even a bigger congrats for people that bought in and held basically all the way through. And the other stock, NNDM. So this stock, obviously with this massive move down during pre-market, we're talking from, let's go to the 1-minute chart. Yeah, in one candlestick, the stock basically went from, just above 450 to 250. These are things you always have to be careful about. But you would think why would you want to trade this stock with such a massive move down like this? Is such a bearish signal. Well, if you go to the daily chart, you could tell that on the previous day, there was still key support resistance levels for the stock to break through, that if it did, it had potential to make a lot of money. So basically, when the stock opened up, it broke this key 350 resistance level, which then becomes support, and the 350 on the daily chart was right here. So if it could hold above that, you could tell that it had potential to make new highs from yesterday's big run. And that's exactly what happened. It broke this 350 key resistance level. It broke this 3 key resistance of 395. And then eventually it got to this key resistance level at around 490. So definitely great opportunities to make money here too. But like I said, unfortunately I didn't capitalize. That's okay. We're going to come back, again, and learn from our mistakes. And the key thing with day trading is to manage your risk, and then obviously seeking profit comes later. But all in all, it was not as bad of a day as it could have been. So I'm grateful for that. But I will see you guys for the next trading recap. Take care. Have a nice day. Bye.